61% of Americans are trying to break bad habits that they developed during the pandemic. But that's easier said than done. Here with ideas to help is Dr. Cyntrell Crawford, the best-selling author of Urge Fix, who says if you want to break bad habits, you've got to focus on your assets. Dr. Crawford, welcome to Bloom.
Hey.
Hey. So, Dr. Crawford, what kind of bad habits did a lot of us develop during the pandemic? Because I know they are like really spiking.
Yeah, so the bad habits we all developed were spending too much time on our screens, also eating too much, not having any way to eat. Eating too much, sleeping too much, or not sleeping enough, and also having difficulty balancing work life and drugs and alcohol, of course.
So why is it so hard to shape our habits and break the bad ones?
Well, one thing is we are so focused on, either we have to get rid of all of them at the same time, or we don't want to deal with them at all, right? So that's a mistake, right? So you need to just start with one. Focus on one habit that you want to get rid of. And once you have that one handled, you can move on to the next.
So what are some of the strategies that I should use to break my bad habits? Because I think a lot of people, they try, they fail, and they're like, oh, well, it's useless. I can't do it.
Yeah, focus on one, whatever that is. If you want to stop smoking, you want to lose weight, you just pick one, focus on it. You can also get your healthcare providers in on it, such as me, like a psychiatrist, a therapist, or you can do it yourself. Also, you have to make sure you take care of yourself, like focus on your self-care. Breaking habits can be brutal and very stressful. So you got to take care of yourself. You got to make sure you're sleeping enough, making sure you're eating right, making sure you're getting massages, which will be, just something for fun. Rest, relaxation. Another thing is changing your environment. Many people, when they develop a bad habit, they have to realize that the trigger is an environment. So if you get rid of that environment and you find a new one, you can also develop new habits as you go along. And T is one thing I talk about is it takes time. It takes 10 and a half weeks to break a habit, but people want to do it really quickly, but that's not really the goal, right? It's to break the habit and then develop new ones, which takes even more time. And once you've gotten rid of that, you have a powerful new life.
So, all right, so let me get this straight. You said it takes about 10 weeks to break a bad habit. It's 10 weeks of trying. And now if you fail along the way, you're saying just stick with it. Try to get to that 10-week part.
Yeah, you got to get to the, you got to get to the 10-week part. There's a myth that it's 21 days, right? It's not 21 days. It's 10 and a half weeks. It didn't take 21 days to get the habit. So you've been doing it for a while. We've been in this pandemic about 2 years. So it's going to take a little while to get rid of some of the things that we developed over the last 2 years. So 10 and a half weeks is what research shows. And, if you're really committed to it, it will work. And if you're having struggles, you can get professional help, like seeking any of your mental health providers, such as a psychiatrist, a therapist, or someone like that, to help you along the way.
And Dr. Crawford, we have about 1 minute, but I did want to ask you, because I've been reading up on your book, you say you really need to start focusing on your assets, because that'll help you put the negativity aside.
Mm-hmm. So the assets is A, get rid of the all or nothing mentality, which is being fixated on either breaking all of it or none of it. S is start small, which is what I said was to start small, focus on one thing, focus on it. And then once you've got that handled, move on to the next. The second S is self-care, because you have to take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating right, you're sleeping, and you're having rest and relaxation. E for the assets is environment. So you want to change your bad environment and get your good environment so that you can be stronger. T is time. The time that it takes is 10 and a half weeks. And once you've gotten rid of your bad habits and develop a new one, you have a powerful asset.
I love it. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us on Bloom today.
Yeah, it was great.
And if you want to connect with Dr. Crawford and find out more about her book, Urge Fix, head to WFLA.com/Bloom for more information.